Hello everyone, I'm GuardianSoulBlade, and I'm going to talk about why Wuthering Waves botching their anniversary was so bad, and why the Brainless Kurodogs are giving it is so ridiculous. It's because you are allowed to criticize a gacha company. They are a multi-million and multi-billion dollar company. They should not have dropped this anniversary so badly because they have years of experience running the game I'm showing here, Punishing Grey Raven. They had years running this game, so they should know how to take care of their players and make them happy. And anniversaries and gachas are special because most gachas do not last more than 2 years, and then they croak and EOS and shut down. So for Wuthering Waves to do so well and then botch their anniversary, it's so ridiculous because they have the experience to make it a perfect, absolutely perfect anniversary, and they botched it, and people are like, oh, you're just a fake PGR player. You don't really play PGR. You're just here to criticize WuWa because you're a Kuro. You're not a real Kurobot. You're a Hoyo shill. And it's like, I've been playing this game for literally 2 years, and I am talking to you while I'm playing this game right now. And I am doing both at the same time. And I can do that because I played this game so much. And the thing is, they really botched the anniversary so bad because they didn't need to necessarily give you a free SSR. They did that during Chinese New Year, and people were ironically not playing during Chinese New Year because the game was not in the best state at the moment when it was giving away a character because of Chinese New Year. That's when they give rewards, is Chinese New Year. And for me, I was just hoping they'd give you guys a lot of pulls and some nice rewards. And while everyone's saying, oh, it's over 100 pulls, that's not even a guarantee. That's your 50-50. And while getting to a 50-50 is great, there's no guarantee you're going to win that. And I hate 50-50 for that. And people defend 50-50 and then whine about global passives on a Hoyoverse game when they should have been whining about the 50-50 years ago. I've hated the 50-50 since 2020, and I hate the 50-50 because in PGR here, you can get a character 100% rate up on their debut for 60 pulls. And when you can do that, you don't want to go to another gacha. And the anniversary, the broadcast was fine, but people looked at leaks, which were literally sus. The whole getting a free SSR thing was never going to happen on your first anniversary. That happens later. That happens when you're around a while and you want people to either come or stay to, experience your game and whatnot. But people were calling me a fake Punishing Grey Raven player because I dared to criticize their precious Wuthering Waves. And I'm allowed to criticize this game. There's a reason why we're allowed to criticize companies, because when they suck and do something wrong or bad or screw up, you need to tell them that so they will not screw up again. And for me, I was hoping you guys would get a ton of rewards to celebrate and feel appreciated by Kuro games, because it's not just, oh, I want the free stuff. Anniversaries are special, and they need to be treated like they're special. But a lot of companies are getting complacent, like, for example, Hoyoverse and Kuro Games. They're getting complacent because they have all this revenue, and they have all these audience. And what you need to remember is there's a bunch of gachas coming out this year, and, I can't play them all. When you want to try a new game, you have to drop something, and it's liable to be the one that you're not feeling as much right now. And people have quit over the anniversary because they realize there are a lot of Genshin ex-Genshin players, and they don't like the feeling that they got where they felt like they were with Hoyoverse again. And I understand that feeling. I'm free to play in Wuthering Waves, so I don't necessarily, worry about that kind of thing because I already knew that 50-50 sucks, and I've known that for years. And it's never been fun to lose a 50-50. I lost one to Ruan May, and that's when I decided I was never, ever, ever gonna do another role in a Hoyoverse game without pity, because I don't like 50-50, and I'm free to play in HSR2. I'm getting ready for the Fate collab because I'm excited about that. I'm gonna roll a certain character when they get here, and for me, I like Punishing Grey Raven because they let me get all the characters as free to play. Even if I skip somebody, I can get them later, and that's why I pay money into Punishing Grey Raven, because I can get all the characters, and my account is stacked. And even the old characters that nobody uses anymore, you can get them, and that's why I like this game so much. Because I'm a character collector. I'm already prepping for the DMC5 collab, and I'm gonna roll that and have fun with it. But people are allowed to criticize companies when they mess up, and Kuro Games messed up, and they upset the CN Bros. You do not upset the CN Bros, because they get really mad, and they have review bombed WuWa on CN, and I don't know if it's gone back up due to the compensation, but for me, like, I was just hoping you guys would get more free stuff. And it's not being a beggar to expect free stuff during anniversary, when anniversaries are the most special aspect of your game, and you know, people are expecting stuff for anniversary because anniversaries are the time that a company says, "Oh, we appreciate you. Thank you for playing our game. Let's celebrate with a bunch of events, and here's some rewards. Here's an SSR." But they don't usually do that until year 2, because year 2 is when they really want you to stick around and you know, keep playing their game and keep enjoying their game, when there are so many other games that are out now that are trying to get your attention too, and people are blindly defending Kuro Games when they borked their anniversary by being too vague and acting like, "Oh, we're gonna show you something cool, and there's more, and then there was a big fat nothing, and Chinese fans didn't like that. They were expecting something real, exciting, and like, people keep saying there might be a part 2 of Anniversary. Please don't put your own expectations on there might be a part 2. There could be, but there might not be, and if you keep, you know, hyping yourself up for all this stuff and it doesn't happen, you're gonna be extremely disappointed, and you know, lots of people were disappointed, including me. But I mean, I don't expect to get free everything, except in a game like this where they let me get free everything. But for WuWa, there's no way I can get free everything because of the 50-50. And for me, I know that the WuWa anniversary will be fun, the patch will be good, but everybody got heated because the anniversary felt celebratory only for Kuro Games, not for the players who have been there forever and you know, stuck it out through the launch that was really bad. And the reason they gave away that free SSR is because they botched the launch so bad, and people were, you know, saying, "Oh, they should have given us a free SSR." No, that's for next year. That's something that'll happen most likely next year, when they want you to stay and not leave them for some other new shiny gacha that's gonna drop and be your new fascination and the new one you want to try. That's when they give you the free SSR and the all the goodies to keep you there to stay. And lots of modern gacha players don't really stay around for that long. They will hop on something and then they'll quit. And it's very rare to see people that actually stay on one gacha for years and years and years. I've stayed on Fate Grand Order for over 4 years. I have over 1,000 days on my FGO account. I'm still playing, and I need to do lottery today. But I wanted to make this video because all this brainless defense is what annoys me so much, where, you know, Hoyo needs to be defended from the meanies of Hoyoverse, and the people in the Hoyoverse Genshin fandom are just laughing at how WuWa players are acting just like them, but they're acting like they are better because it's their game is better, and everyone's just like either pointing and laughing or thinking you're ridiculous. And I think the reaction is a bit overdone, but I understand people were disappointed, and CN got angry, and never make CN angry because they really get mad when you mess up. And I know that the anniversary will be fine because it's Kuro games, but the whole devs listened meme is nothing but a meme, and they usually have to listen when they mess up really, really bad. And they messed up really, really bad for anniversary. But they're going to be fine in the long run. But unfortunately, everyone's going to remember this anniversary for the mess up, unfortunately. But I still enjoy WuWa. I just don't like it as much as everybody else. I have my own issues with it. But it's not a bad game. It's a fun game. It's just not my game. This is my game, Punishing Gray. This is the one I like to play the most out of all my gachas, and I have quite a few gachas on my iPad, but I enjoy most of them free to play, and the only ones I pay for are Fate Grand Order and Punishing Gray. And that's because I love this game, and I love Fate Grand Order, and I love to support Fate because all that money that we get from being in the gacha hell is going towards anime and manga and products and video games that are not gacha, by the way. A lot of the FGO money goes towards the animes. Ooh. Phew, I almost died. Okay, that was scary because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, the WuWa situation will get fixed, and the anniversary will be fun, and everything will go back to air quote normal. But people should not expect a lot of stuff from a gacha company because gachas are stingy, and it's very rare for them to be generous. And most of you would not survive a Japanese gacha where the pull is 200 pity, and that's it. And the pulls are much more limited than a Chinese gacha because Chinese invented the 50-50. Ooh. But for me, I understand why people are upset. I do think the reaction was a bit overblown, but I understand why they were upset. And there's nothing wrong with being upset. And no, you are not a beggar for wanting something nice for anniversary. And if you are going to tell me, oh, Japanese people pwned the beggars, let me remind you that Japanese people spend NP5 on Fate Grand Order every single SSR banner. They do that. And Fate Grand Order is gacha hell with horrible rates and very expensive pity. And yeah, Japan rolls that all the time. So you don't get to act like Japanese people are better because they are the real gacha addicts. They will, when the Fate collab comes, they're going to E6, S5 every Fate character and not even break a sweat because they love Fate. They're gonna probably crash the HSR server in Japan, but people need to remember where gacha came from. Gacha is gachapon, which is from Japan. It's the little dinging noise that the machine makes when you roll, and they're the ones who invented gachas. Chinese just made them a little more accessible to people, but don't forget, these are always gambling casinos. We are in a shiny casino with Gamba trying to roll for a silly PNG or a 3D model. That is gacha. And if you don't like it, it's perfectly understandable. And when people are saying Hoyo and Koro are just the same, I'm gonna quit all gacha, that is completely valid and understandable because people are tired of losing their 50-50s and only seeing waifus and just seeing people do the same kind of fan service, the same kind of characters over and over and over with the same boring gameplay that is always going to be limited because of the mobile setup. And there's a reason why gamers look down on gacha gamers and think we're ridiculous. It's because people pay $200 for a single character instead of $70 for a whole game. Well, not really a whole game anymore because they do DLCs and passes and all that. But for gotchas, it's always been seen as being ridiculous. Ooh, I'm gonna die. But for wow, how am I not dead? But anyway, but for gotchas, they're always going to be predatory. They're always going to be stingy, and they're always going to try to get to your wallet. And they got to my wallet in this game because I feel like I get enough enjoyment out of this game that paying a little extra is perfectly nice for me. And yes, I still buy the air quote real games, and I'm looking forward to a lot of air quote real games. And I enjoy gacha games because they're free, and I don't have to pay money. And whenever somebody screams freeloader, it's like, hey, if they didn't want it to be free, they would have stuck a price tag on it. And nothing wrong with being a free-to-play. People act like it's so bad to be a free-to-play when free-to-play is a glorified advertiser for the game that they're playing. Because they're going to say, hey, look, I played this game free, and it's fantastic, and you should try it because it's so fun, and it's free. And I pay into PGR because I like getting some extras like a signature weapon or a pet for a character. I pay for skins because I make videos and it looks cool in my videos, and I like doing that. And a lot of people are acting like free-to-plays are the most freeloaders ever, and you're all greedy and you all want everything. It's easy to want everything, but the reality is if you want everything, you have to pay up with real money or pray you get extremely lucky. Or be in a game like this where they give multiple ways to get old characters and lots of S-rank selectors that are free, that you can get a character that you want and slowly fill out your entire roster. But people need to remember these are glorified casinos, and you're yelling about my casino is better, and then you run across the street and your casino is owned by the same company, which is the Hoyover situation. Or my casino is better than your casino because we get more poker chips to play at the casino. It's like, it's still a casino. And there's nothing wrong with being free to play, and if you want to spend, that's great. But if you feel like you're being ripped off, maybe you shouldn't play gacha games. There is a perfectly huge game industry that you pay some money, especially indie games. Indie games can be really cheap and really fun, and they do fine. And some people just shouldn't play gacha. Some people just don't, want to deal with having to chase a character every few weeks. And for me, I'm fine with chasing a character in this game because I can get them all, unlike a lot of other gacha games. But people need to stop defending Kuro games when they mess up, because they've messed up a lot. And I was hoping that they wouldn't mess up this time, but they did. And people are finally seeing that they want your money. And yeah, that anniversary was not so much about the players as much as it was about, can you open up your wallet again? And the all characters rate up, that's what I expected because I play PGR and they do that for our anniversary. But we have a 100% guarantee rate up, so you are for sure to get the character in 60 pulls. And for Weathering Waves, I was hoping they would do the 100% guarantee in like 80 pulls, and that would have been nice for players. But nope, they decided, nope, 50-50 again. And I understand people being disappointed about that. But when a new player starts WuWa, they are not going to go for an old character. They're going to go for the newest banner character, because that's what you do in a gacha. You don't go for the super old rerun, you go for the new shiny toy, and that's completely understandable. And for me, it's like watching people defend Kuro games and be mindless Kuro bots and accuse me of being a fake Kuro bot, a fake PGR player. That's what people on YouTube called me. They accused me of not playing this game. They didn't even know this game existed before WuWa because they didn't know. I found this game through a funny meme video. It's Bianca Veritas EXE video that was hilarious because I was looking for Arturia videos and I saw that and I was like, ooh, what's this? And then I saw the trailers and I'm like, oh, I'm interested in this. So I tried to play this game several times, but it took me until Puau's patch to finally learn how to play, and the rest is history. And I've been on this game for over 2 years now. And for me, I love this game, but I'm not gonna kiss up to Kuro Games when they, clearly messed up WuWa Anniversary, when that was the easiest win in the history of the world. And there's nothing wrong with criticizing a company when they mess up, and at least they're listening to you guys. Hoyoverse don't care. They're like, we have money. Why should we listen to you? You're gonna roll anyway, no matter what. So it's like, why should Hoyoverse listen to you when you will whine and complain and just roll anyway? A lot of people got mad about the synchronization patch for Punishing Grey Raven, but they rolled anyway. All these people quit, and then nothing happened. Nothing happened to PGR with the synchronization patch, except whales are paying a lot for like skins and stuff. But skins get reran, so skins will come back. So the skins aren't so much a problem as much as, well, wanting SSS, triple S for characters, S ranks every patch, and there's like 2 or 3, so it's like $400-ish, something like that, and it's very expensive. Not that it wasn't expensive before, but it's more expensive with the accelerated patch. But for me, I understand why people are upset, and I'm not gonna say that you have no voice if you are a free-to-play. You still contribute your time and basically being a glorified advertiser for any gacha you're playing. Because you can say, oh, this game is great, I love it because it's free, and I'm free to play, and look at all the stuff I got. I'm a low spender, so my account looks different. But I mainly spend on skins. But for me, I understand what it's like to be free to play, because I'm free to play in practically everything I play except PGR and FGO. And I love FGO, I love Fate, and that's why I still pay money into that, because I get anime out of it, and anime that looks really amazing, and stuff like that. And for me, I wanted to thank Inasu for all the wonderful stories, because for years I paid into Fate Grand Order because I couldn't buy Fate Stay Night. Now that I have Fate Stay Night, I'm very happy that I have Fate Stay Night. Ooh, gotta switch to play. And for me, I understand. I'm not gonna be condescending and be like, free to play, have no rights, or be like condescending to whales, because I know how much money I've spent on this game, and it's quite a bit, but it's over 2 years, so it's a lot less than people that drop like $200 a month. But I've spent enough that I've got some nice rewards for it, and I love this game. It's really fun, and that's why I pay into this game, because it's a lot of fun, and I'm having a blast. And as you can see in this video, I'm having a good time. And for me, it's having a good time that I enjoy, and so I don't have to worry about the whole, I won't ever have to worry about not getting a character, because there's always a way to get them, except if it's a collab, which is why I'm prepping for DMC5, because I want to make sure to get Dante and Virgil, if they have both of them, at a decent ranking, and maybe pull their SIG, because I like making videos, and I want to make videos with collab characters, because that's fun for me. I love making Black Rock Shooter videos, and that's a lot of fun for me to do. And especially when that event leaves, because I'll have a memento of that event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be waking up tomorrow to watch Rexcellent's stream about DMC5, because they're going to talk about that tomorrow in CN, because they're getting that first before we do. But for the Kurobots and Kurodogs who called me fake because I dared to criticize the precious Kuro games, please remember they're just a corporation. They're a company that is selling you a game technically for free, but it's technically not free, because the best experience is the Max Whale experience, technically. And you don't have to have that to enjoy the game, of course, but you know, that's the optimal experiences is the maxed out weapon and the maxed out character. And for long-time players, they felt very upset that they didn't feel as appreciated as they were trying so hard to cater to new players because they're on the Steam store now. But that's going to be very interesting because of the whole controversy with the anniversary, how well that's going to go for Kuro Games, to see how well they're going to do. Oh yeah, but I fully expect that everything will be fine. Everyone's like the game's gonna die. Nah, the game's not gonna die. The game is fine. They just botched it when they really needed to stick that landing, and I was really hoping they would stick that landing for the anniversary, because that's gonna be stuck in everyone's memory from now on when it comes to anniversary. And I just hope that they'll do better, because you guys deserve better, and I think that they could have done a lot better, and there's nothing wrong with complaining to the company, and there's nothing wrong with being happy with the anniversary. A lot of people don't care about this stuff, and they're fine, and that's perfectly fine and valid too. And people just need to remember that Kuro Games is not your friend. They're not your buddy. They are a company, and they want to make money. And the way they make money is selling you PNGs and 3D models of cool characters and giving you a game for free. And, you know, I'm not going to be mean like certain people are mean about it, about what's going on, and people who are trying to morally grandstand over this kind of stuff. And I just think that they could have done a lot better, and yes, they listened, but people aren't going to, air quote, trust them anymore. You should have never trusted a gacha company, because it's a gacha, and gacha is the worst form of monetization. Normal gamers still think we're stupid for paying into these, but they don't take it seriously. And when you leave the gacha bubble and you tell someone you spent $200 for a character, they'll be like, really? I could have bought 2 AAA games for that, or like 10 indie games for the amount you spent on a silly PNG. And like, I have fun in these games, but I'm free to play in most of them, because most of them, they don't need my money. They want my money, they don't need it. And it's just kind of sad that we got these people defending these multi-million and multi-billion dollar corporations when they clearly messed up, and Kuro Games fell on their head for anniversary and face planted so hard right when they were about to win. They botched it again, and they do that. They botch it, they apologize, the fans forgive them, and everything is great. And being called a Kuro dog is not a compliment, it's a snarky insult. And the only dog you need to be is for a certain someone right here that I'm going to show you. The only time you should be called a dog is for, let's see, yeah. The only time you should be called a doggy is for Miss Vera here. That is the only time you should ever be called a dog, is being called a Vera dog. And I am very excited about her new frame. I'm barking, and I'm not even a Vera main. And that's going to be fun, and I can't wait for that. But for me, watching people defend Kuro Games, even though they mess up, was one of the easiest things to not do. They still did it anyway. And for me to be called a fake PGR player for daring to criticize your precious Kuro Games is so ridiculous and so stupid. And I've had to call out to stupid people on YouTube because they dared to call me a fake PGR fan when I've played this for 2 years, and they didn't even know this existed because WuWa hadn't come out yet. And Wuthering Waves helped people notice Punishing Gray Raven, and more people are coming, and that's great. And I love that, and I love helping people in this game. It's fun. And like, for me to be called a air quote fake fan when I've played a game that you didn't know existed for 2 years is ridiculous. If anything, I get to criticize Kuro Games because I pay money, and I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. I want WuWa to be a great game. but they botched it when they could have easily won. And it wasn't about like the free SSR leak that was floating around. That leak was, I made it up, and there's no way we're getting a free SSR. We got one through during Chinese New Year, and most people were not playing during Chinese New Year. I happen to have him because I was playing during Chinese New Year, and that event was really sloggy and grindy. But I got him, and I'm happy, and he's cool, and I need to build him in my Wuthering Waves account. But for me, seeing people call me fake because I dare to have an opinion that doesn't fall in line with the Kuro game is perfect and can do no wrong narrative is ridiculous. And they shouldn't have fallen on their head because they have years of experience with this game. They have had years of experience running a game and keeping players happy. Yes, I got the Tsubaki skin. I'm very proud of this. But yes, they had no business falling on their head at the most important moment, their anniversary, right when they need to thank players and give them a lot of rewards to be able to get a new character. Not necessarily a free SSR. That's next year. That's next year. That's the next year when they want you to stay instead of going and chasing off some new shiny gacha. And a lot of gacha tourists are going to chase the new shiny gacha as soon as it launches because they will remember what happened with WuWa and be like, the new shiny toy is better. And WuWa won't always be top dog. Genshin won't always be top dog. It's Genshin's being beat out by Love in Deep Space because the girls love the hot dudes. And I'm a tomboy, so I'm not that girly. And that's why I'm playing stuff like PGR instead of like Love in Deep Space. But I'm not into that kind of game. But they're having fun, and people hop from gachas all the time. People rarely stay for more than a couple years. And I've played Fate Grand Order for 4 years, and it's been a fun ride for me because I'm a story lady. I love stories, and FGO has a great story, but it's an OG visual novel, so I'm used to having no voice acting and stuff. Gacha gamers are spoiled these days with fully voiced story, fancy cutscenes, all that stuff. And, they could have done a lot better. Kuro Games could have done a lot better for you guys, and people defending a multi-million and multi-billion dollar company is ridiculous. If anything, you should criticize them harder because they want your money and they're going to take your money, and people have to realize that spending $200 on a character is ridiculous and really expensive just because you want to max them out or even get a single copy. And people need to realize how much they're spending, and I think it finally hit them when they see what Kuro did with all the rerun banners not being 100% guaranteed and still having that 50-50. And I hope they fix it next year. If they put the 100% guarantee like they do in PGR, it would be perfect because some people would be able to get some things that they couldn't. And they could have copy-pasted PGR's gacha where it's 60 pulls at 100% rate up. They could have done that in WuWa, and they didn't because they saw the Hoyoverse money, and they're like, we need 50-50 because we can get extra money from people losing their 50-50s. So they went that route instead of the more generous way they chose to do this gacha. And I just find it disappointing that they couldn't live up to at least give you a nice anniversary. And like the rewards were fine, but the way they presented it and the banners and all the self-congratulatory things with chasing new and returning players rather than celebrating their old fan base is it's very disappointing to me, and it made me angry. And people are gonna come on this channel and shill that I'm just being a meanie because I don't love Kuro games enough because I'm criticizing WuWa when I've seen exactly all their generosity and all the nice things they do and seeing them fall on their head was so disappointing. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day night wherever you are, and goodbye.